Hi there and welcome back to my channel. This is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer, with another book review. In this video we're discussing The Last Word, written by Gerri Lewis. Not Gerri Lewis the actor, but Gerri Lewis the author. It's a cozy mystery. It's the first book in the Deadly Deadlines mystery series. I like this a lot. It's very fun. It's got an interesting element for the protagonist as well. Her profession is freelance professional obituary writer. It's very strange in a mystery series. I've not seen it before. But even though it's strange, it's very interesting and intriguing. And I like how the author ties in the whole mystery to the profession as well. It makes me wonder, will the author do that in future books in this series? I wonder how it's going to work. Interesting to find out, and I do plan to read more in this series. Well, I hope I will anyway. The name of our main character is Winterstorm. Now, I'm not a big fan of the name Winterstorm. Feels a bit on the nose, a bit cheesy. I don't think cozy mysteries need cutesy names. But anyway, let's go with it. And in this book, we'll just think of her as Winter. Let's forget about the surname Storm because it just feels a bit much to me. So anyway, Winter is a freelance professional obituary writer. Very unique profession. I didn't even know it was a profession in real life. I'm not sure if it is or not. Maybe somebody can tell me. But it makes for interesting elements in this story. And I do like how the mystery is tied into that profession. And I like it because it's a theme cozy mystery. And being a theme cozy mystery, that theme needs to be prominent. No use saying it's a theme cozy mystery and not having it show up in the book at all. So I enjoyed that element in the story. It's a very strong element and well done in my view. Let's move on to the mystery. A lady called Leocadia Arlington. Try saying that 10 times fast. Leocadia wants Winter to write an obituary for her. She's not dead, not dying, not sick, but she wants an obituary anyway. And in this story, I think it gives the impression that many people want their obituary written up front. It seems wealthy people want that more often. Okay, I get it. If you've got the money and you want an obituary written that's in your favour before you do die, in years to come, whatever, why not? That happens in this story. So Winter meets Leocadia and become sort of friends in a way. Not friends maybe, they think highly of each other. And then there's a big storm. And in this big storm, there's great atmosphere in the story. That's a good thing about this book. The atmosphere is described very well. There are many scenes where it's very rich in atmosphere and it drags you into those scenes. I think that shows great writing in this story. And those scenes in these big storms are very rich in atmosphere and I just felt like I was there in those storms. And during the storm, Winter starts to worry about Leocadia. She's alone in this big house by herself. She thinks that she might be in trouble if the power goes out or something. And when she goes in, she sees Leocadia at the base of the staircase, dead. There's blood on the floor, everything, and she starts to wonder, was she pushed? Did she trip? She's not sure, but she calls the police in, and because Winter's the only one there, she's considered a suspect. And the police don't seem to be interested in investigating anything about the crime. They don't think it's a crime, they think it's an accident. And that's felt strange to me. And in this book, there's a bit of a lack, I think, about police procedure. I know it's a cozy mystery, and there's elements in a cozy mystery which we don't want to have. It's not a police procedural, so we're not going to be heavy on police procedure. But I think in certain scenes in this book, certain moments, that I think basic police procedure should be there. They should, to kind of just secure the scene. They should just make sure people don't traipse in and out of the house at any time they want to and take things from the house, take things from the scene, contaminate the scene, things like that. Just make the whole investigation side by the police in this story seem a bit more real. And of course, being a cozy mystery, a protagonist wants to prove that she's innocent, so she gets involved in the mystery. She tries to find out what happened. And doing that, she finds more out about Leocadia. And Leocadia is not very innocent in her own life. There's things in her history. They're a bit dubious. She's even breaking the law in her history as well. We find it out in her history. I won't tell you what it all is, but it's very interesting in the story. It makes you think twice about this woman Leocadia in this book. But anyway, all that ties into this whole overall mystery. There's something in this lady's past that drove somebody to murder. I won't tell you anything else about the plot, but in general, it's a well-structured mystery. There are no kind of red herrings in the story at all. It's more of a what you see is what you get kind of mystery. But it's well structured, well told, and it's a fun investigation in the story. The setting in general is very good. I love the scenes where there's big things happening, like big storms and things. The atmosphere is so strong in this story, so rich. It drags you into those scenes. It's great writing in those scenes. I really hope that this series, when there's more books in this series, that atmosphere level stays the same. I just think it just shows that author can really give us great settings and great scenes to insert the characters in. And speaking of characters, I like a lot of the characters in this story. Some not so much, but there's enough good characters there to make you want to read more in this series. My favourites are Scoop, who's a journalist, and Horace, who's an elderly neighbour of Winter. I like him a lot. He's a bit quirky, a bit fun, good element in these books. And he shows up from time to time. Sometimes it seems as comic relief, but I think he's a very strong character in this book, and I hope he sticks around in more books in this series. Winter, who's our protagonist. Now, unfortunately, I didn't engage with her as much as I wanted all the time, but I did like things about her. I like that obituary angle. It's a good element, unique. I wonder what that means for the character later on in the series. I'm hoping that there's more mysteries that tie into that theme in this series, because it's a theme cozy mystery, so I want that theme to stay prominent. So I'm hoping that Winter is developed a bit more in the series. I think there's elements to her that are very enjoyable, and I'm thinking that as the series goes on, we'll find out more about her. And I think I will engage with her more in future books in this series. Scoop is a local journalist in this book and a friend of Winter. I like him in this book. He's like that stable friend character. The friend is always there. He'll show up and be supportive, even help out in investigations. So I think in future books, he may have a bit more prominent role in investigations as well. I like him in this book a lot. I hope he sticks around for more books in this series. Horace is Winter's elderly neighbour in this book. He's very fun, very quirky. I like him a lot. There's so much to like about Horace in this book. I hope he sticks around for more books in the series. He's a very strong character, a strong support character. He just seems like one of those rock characters, like one of those characters who's going to be always there, always supportive, and kind of like a bit of strength for Winter as well. Very good character in this book. Even though there are certain things in this story that aren't that strong, there's a lot to like about this book. It's a fun read overall. The mystery has a good structure. That whole thing about the obituary writing is very good as well. That unique element that I hope plays out in future mysteries in this series. I think there's a lot to like in this book, and I'm hoping for more books in this series, and I hope I'll get to read them. I rate this a 3 out of 5. The fun series, I think fans of cozy mysteries, are really true cozy mysteries that have great cozy elements, will like this book. On my channel, I review many cozy mysteries. If you enjoy cozy mysteries, check out my channel and subscribe. On the screen now is a link to a video for another book I'm sure you'll enjoy.